bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ellie Pai Hong, and this is Comcast Newsmakers. This hour's newsmaker is Scott Seaman, co-founder of the Chicago Blood Cancer Foundation. Today, we'll be talking about the foundation. Scott, great to have you here.
Great to be here, Ellie.
This is a newly founded foundation that started earlier this year. Exactly.
We're all about battling and beating blood cancer, helping patients who are going through the disease, and supporting the great Chicago area institutions who do tremendous research in the area of lymphoma, leukemia, and myeloma.
And the thing that's different about this foundation is that you really are focusing on the Chicago area.
Absolutely. We've found that we have some of the greatest institutions right here. The history of blood cancer research really goes through Chicago, and some of our great work from hospitals and medical institutions like Rush University Medical Center, Northwestern University of Chicago. And these are the folks that treat our patients, and so we ought to support them.
And you find that, or actually it's fact, that blood cancer research is severely underfunded, but from blood cancer research, other cancers benefit.
Absolutely, and we call blood cancer research the superhighway to curing cancer because the evidence of history shows that virtually every major breakthrough in cancer research has come from lymphoma, leukemia, myeloma research. Things like stem cell transplantation, chemotherapy, multiple chemotherapy regimens, targeted therapies like Rituxan, which is a monoclonal antibody, which is a smart chemo that targets the cancer cells and harnesses an immune reaction. And so many things have been developed from blood cancer research that it really not only helps people with blood cancer, but other forms of cancer and other diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, for example.
Wow. Now this foundation started really way back when. You are a 12-year blood cancer survivor.
Yes, I used to be 6'2", eyes of blue, and a face for GQ, and you can see what it did to me. But over the past 12 years, we've learned a lot, not only about cancer and cancer research, but about funding of research. And there are a lot of people and a lot of organizations that do a lot of great work and a lot of walks and runs and bike rides going around. But the money that people think is going to cancer research rarely actually is going in those percentages. And so one of the things we're committed to doing is to make sure that the money that people donate for cancer research goes to cancer research, does not get eaten up in administrative costs, and goes to cogent, cutting-edge research.
And because you function with volunteers.
All volunteers, not a paid employee. Not only does that keep the cost down, but these are folks that have passion because blood cancer research and cures and survival is a matter of life and death for a lot of folks.
Yeah, because you say there's about 1 million people in the country that suffer from some sort of blood cancer.
Yes, and in fact, it's the most common cancer in children, both leukemia and lymphoma. It is about 9.5% of the diagnoses of cancer in the U.S. are diagnoses of blood cancer. And when you think about it, lots of forms of cancer have gone down. But for example, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma has actually, the rates have doubled since the 1970s. So it's very important that we do this for its own sake, as well as the benefit that it has on people suffering from various forms of cancer.
So folks can do something about this. You guys are gearing up for a huge event coming up in September. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. Our Out for Blood team is going to participate in the North Shore Century Bike Ride on September 12th. It'll start in Evanston and go all the way to Kenosha if people want to go that far. There's a bunch of different choice of routes from 25 up to 100 miles. Every single dollar that our riders raise or people donate to them will go directly to blood cancer research here in Chicago. And you can get the information at chicagobloodcancer.org. ChicagoBloodCancer.org is a source not only for that information, but information about lymphoma, leukemia, and myeloma. And people can make a difference. And those folks who are not bike riders, and I'm not a bike rider, as you could probably tell from looking at me, can form virtual vampire teams online, raise money, qualify to get T-shirts and jerseys and incentive prizes, and not come out to bike ride.
And get in shape as well. Scott Seaman, so great to have you here. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Ellie.
And this hour's newsmaker has been Scott Seaman for the Chicago Blood Cancer Foundation. I'm Ellie Pai Hong. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
The preceding was a presentation of Comcast Newsmakers. Now, back to headline news.